The seeds of the Palestinian struggle were sown during the British Mandate for Palestine, which lasted from 1917 to 1948. After World War I, Britain gained control of Palestine, a region with a long history and a predominantly Arab population. The British promised both Jews and Arabs a homeland in Palestine, leading to growing tensions. Jewish immigration to Palestine increased, fueled by Zionism, which is the movement for a Jewish state in their ancient homeland. This influx led to competition for land and resources, making the situation increasingly volatile, with frequent outbreaks of violence between Jewish and Arab communities. The British found it increasingly difficult to manage the situation and faced criticism from both sides. The situation in Palestine became a major international concern, prompting the British government to hand over the responsibility for resolving the conflict to the newly formed United Nations. The UN Partition Plan was proposed in 1947, aiming to divide Palestine into two states, one Jewish and one Arab. Jerusalem was to be under international control. The plan was accepted by the Jewish leadership but rejected by the Arab leadership, who saw it as a betrayal of their rights. The Arab world opposed the creation of a Jewish state in Palestine, arguing that the land belonged to the Palestinians. The British Mandate ended on May 15, 1948, a date etched in Palestinian memory as the Nakba, or catastrophe. The events of 1948 continue to shape the Palestinian struggle for self-determination. The end of the British Mandate led to the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Neighboring Arab states intervened in the conflict, aiming to prevent the establishment of Israel and protect the Palestinian people. The war resulted in a decisive victory for Israel, allowing the newly formed state to expand its territory beyond the UN Partition Plan. The war had a devastating impact on the Palestinian people. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians fled or were expelled from their homes, a mass displacement known as the Nakba, meaning catastrophe in Arabic. It remains a defining event in Palestinian history and consciousness, creating the Palestinian refugee problem. Generations of Palestinians have lived in refugee camps in neighboring countries, still longing to return to their homeland. The war also led to the occupation of the remaining Palestinian territories. The West Bank came under Jordanian control, while Egypt controlled the Gaza Strip. Jerusalem, meant to be internationalized, was divided between Israel and Jordan. The 1948 war had long-lasting consequences for the region, leading to the displacement of Palestinians and solidifying the division of Palestine. It created a complex geopolitical landscape that continues to shape the Middle East today. The Palestinian struggle for self-determination became intertwined with the broader Arab-Israeli conflict. The Palestinian people did not give up hope. They sought ways to resist the occupation and assert their rights. The Palestine Liberation Organization, or PLO, was formed in 1964, bringing together various Palestinian factions under one umbrella. The PLO's goal was to liberate Palestine and establish an independent Palestinian state. The PLO engaged in armed struggle against Israel and also used diplomacy to gain international support. In 1974, the organization gained observer status at the United Nations, giving Palestinians a platform to voice their grievances and demands on the world stage. Yasser Arafat emerged as the leader of the PLO, becoming a symbol of Palestinian resistance. Arafat was a controversial figure, praised by some for his commitment to Palestinian self-determination, but criticized by others for his use of violence. The PLO's struggle for liberation was met with mixed reactions. Some countries, particularly in the Arab world, supported their cause, while others, including Israel and its allies, viewed the PLO as a terrorist organization. The PLO's tactics, which included armed attacks and airplane hijackings, fueled this perception.